Fernando Amorsolo. Fernando Amorsolo, born on May 30, 1892. Fernando Amorsolo is the grand old man of the Philippine art. Amorsolo's trademark were the backlighting technique and the Filipino tradition prints. This technique became his trademark and is considered as one of the greatest contributions. Fernando Amorsolo's famous painting is The Planting Rice. The painting is set on a rice field wherein farmers, regardless of their gender, are on with their usual work under a bright sunny day. It also exhibits the happiness across from the difficulties in planting rice. Juan Luna de San Pedro y Novicio Ancheta, who was more commonly known as Juan Luna. Juan Luna born on October 24, 1857. He is one of the first internationally renowned Filipino artists. Luna was one of the first recognized painter and artists in the Philippines. His work focused on the European academics of his time, included a lot of depiction of historical and literary scenes. One of Juan Luna's famous painting is his Polarium. He spent 8 months completing the painting. The painting was made by Luna in 1884 as an entry to the prestigious Exposition de Bellas Artes or Madrid Art Exposition and eventually won his first gold medal. Spolarium is a Latin word referring to the basement of the Roman Colosseum, where the fallen and dying gladiators are dumped and devoid of their worldly possessions.
Victorio Edades. The 13 Moderns, a group of artists who supported and believed in modernism in art, were led by revolutionary artist Victorio Edades. Edades was introduced to modern art through a traveling exhibit from the New York Armory Hall. Through the exhibition, he was drawn to modernism and surrealism and found inspiration in some of the modern European artists such as Gauguin, Picasso, and Matisse. He thought modernism encouraged artistic expression and freedom by allowing artists to experiment with their work. The sketch in 1927, one of his most well-known works, took second place in the North American Artist Annual Exhibition. However, the Philippines did not readily accept his concepts in modern art. He had to exert effort to bring a change in the conventions of domestic art in his nation. Nonetheless, his contribution was acknowledged, and in 1976 he was given the title of National Artist of the Philippines in Painting. Vicente Manansala. Vicente Manansala, a prodigious artist, was invited to study at the École des Beaux Arts in Quebec, Canada, and was given a 6-month grant by UNESCO in recognition of his talent. Most people are familiar with him from his cubist painting, prints, and illustrations. His work primarily addressed global issues and problems. His work became centered on national culture, social environment, identity, and native sensibility. He also worked on some abstract pieces, but his main objective was to use art to make social commentary. Manansala held his first solo exhibition in the year 1951 at the Manila Hotel. The painters of the following generation, including Manuel Valdemar and Angelito Antonio, were greatly influenced by his work. Some of his most well-known pieces are on the display at the Philippine Center in New York, the Lopez Memorial Museum, the Manila, and the Honolulu Museum of Art. In 1981, he received the Order of National Artist of the Philippines in the category of Visual Arts posthumously. His one of the masterpieces is Madonna of the Slums in 1950.
Guillermo Estrella Tolentino. Who is Guillermo Estrella Tolentino? He is a Filipino sculptor and a professor of the University of the Philippines. He was designated as a National Artist of the Philippines for sculpture in 1973. He is the product of the revival period in the Philippine art. In 1925, he was appointed as the professor at the UP School of Fine Arts, where the idea also of executing a monument for national heroes struck him, which is the result was the UP oblation that became the symbol of freedom at the campus, acknowledged as his masterpiece and completed in 1993, which is the Bonifacio Monument in Caloocan stands as an enduring symbol of the Filipinos' cry for freedom. Other works including the bronze figure of President Quezon at the Quezon Memorial, life-size bust of Jose Rizal at UP and UE, marble statue of Ramon Magsaysay in GSIS building, granulatics of heroic statues representing the education, medicine, forestry, veterinary science, fine arts and music at UP. He also designed the gold medals for Ramon Magsaysay Award and did the seal of the Republic of the Philippines. Benedicto Reyes Cabrera, also known as Ben. He is more popularly known widely as the master of contemporary Philippine art. He was born in Manila on April 10, 1942. He began to carving a niche for himself in Manila art circles. Shortly after receiving his bachelor's degree in fine arts from the University of the Philippines in 1963. He is a painter and a printmaker also. He has exhibited widely in the Philippines and in Asia, Europe, and the United States. He has won several major art awards in a career spanning 4 decades. He also been noted as arguably the best-selling painter of his generation of Filipino artists. In 1992, he received the Gawad CCP para sa Sining or Cultural Center of the Philippines Award for the Arts. In 2006, he was conferred the Order of National Artist for Visual Arts by President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo in Malacañang Palace. His works have been the subject of 3 books, which is the Ben Cabrera, etching on 1970 to 1980 by Sid Reyes, Ben Cab's Rock Session by Eric Caruncho, and Ben Cab by Alfred Yuson and Sid Reyes. In 1963, he won first prize for his oil painting of a talipapa or market in a student competition and was hired soon after by the national paper as its Sunday's illustrator. Artworks of Ben Cab. The title of his artwork is Crisis in Humanity. In these artworks, the phenomenon was used as a sublime statement against the era of resurgent fascism and brazen historical revisionism. In 2017, the artist joined Karapatan Artists Stand for Human Rights. With the artwork in hand, as the exhibition had a human rights theme, I agreed to be part of an exhibition of large drawings that is currently on in the Vargas Museum. He explained as he introduced his artworks.